let's check this out. Apparently, the chick that was like trying to cancel Dokibird for the whole computer situation, where she tried to make it seem like Dokibird never made good on a charity event promise, but like it wasn't even necessarily that. It was the fact that she was getting like scammed by like an artist effectively at the time, and the whole situation got so complicated that she effectively just like paid out the actual like computer that was supposed to be built. Instead of having it built, she just paid out the winner with more than enough money to get themselves a really nice new computer, and even potentially even get it customized with a Dokibird on it. You get me?
Do you guys remember this Cat Liente person, this cat and chat person, who was recently in the news for making a terrible video about Dokibird and getting a ton of criticism for that video, in which she really tried to make Dokibird look as bad as possible, to which Dokibird...
And it's like not even the first time that she's been outed for like doing something really freaking cringe like this before.
...responded shortly after, like a day later, and really it looked like Dokibird was essentially getting scammed by someone, but Cat was more or less taking the side of the scammer and trying to say that Dokibird was like a terrible person for not giving this apparent scammer over $10,000. It was like $14,000 or something. Cat then got called out by the Vtuber
for like a $2,000 PC, honestly.
Vtuber Alicia, and made an apology to Alicia, which wasn't really much of an apology, and even revealed personal information of Alicia. This is all stuff we covered in great detail a few weeks ago, but just kind of, mentioning this stuff really quick to jog your memory. Hopefully you're familiar with this stuff, because there's like way too much to recap here. This is not a recap, this is just mentioned like a quick memory jog. And now, spoiler alert time, I'm recording this part in post-production after
Why would you leave it on private though? I feel like if anybody ever shared a link to it, at that point, wouldn't they still be able to get to it?
Recorded the entire rest of the video, because near the end of the video, we find a post that shows just how far Cat was seemingly premeditating this hit piece against Doki, the new evidence making her look so much worse. And I'll put a timestamp right here on screen to that part if you want to skip and see it, but please consider watching the rest of the video leading up to it. Appreciate ya, and now here is the rest of the video as originally recorded. But the reason why we're talking about this is because there is an interesting series of events that have occurred since then, including, actually, before we take a look here at Cat in Chat, Mujin himself making a video about the whole situation and all the backlash Cat in Chat got, along with the context, of course, that
I believe, I don't know if it was specifically Mujin's, but we reacted to that video as well.
That video collecting over 1 million views
to that whole
and
situation.
Was released 7 days ago. Well, now, as you can see, Cat continued to upload videos after that occurred, and after all the backlash that she was getting anyways, posting basically every day, as you can see here. Then 6 days ago, 5 days ago, 4, 3, 2, and...
Hey, shut up, alright, she grinding, let's go!
And then nothing the last few days. Now, what's really interesting is on every video she's made since this whole controversy, to put it simply, the comments are filled with people calling her out, bringing up the Alicia situation, and also the Dokibird situation. And it's particularly amusing that she did acknowledge the Alicia stuff, albeit in a pretty terrible way, but she's been completely radio silent about all the Dokibird stuff. People mocking her and criticizing her in various ways throughout all of her videos, for example, this video from 6 days ago, but continuing up until her most recent video, if we hop over there next. As you can see here, now on her most recent video from 2 days ago, comments still coming in, for example, this
They're still freaking going!
Hours ago, a top comment reading, "Best is to unsub or call her out in comments. The dislikes are a good indicator, but dislikes on YouTube is not the same as on Reddit, where the negative karma comment gets buried. Again, Cat, I really like your videos, and you always talk about taking accountability for your actions, but you yourself don't abide by your own words. Rules for thee, but not for me. Are you gonna own up to your mistakes, or..." We'll read a few more, and then I'll get to the next point. "Cat, I loved your content, and I liked listening to the drama you covered. I'm very disappointed to find out that you don't care about any of the wrongdoings you did, pretending like they don't exist. Why do you cover these stories like you don't do the exact same thing the people you're talking about do? What even makes you..."
It's like, it's not even necessarily that, like, you've done wrong, right? It's kind of like, as long as you actually come out, own up to it, own up to what the mistake you did, admit to making it, maybe give your side of the story. Why did you do it? What's wrong? Don't try to make excuses for it, but actually explain why, what happened, or how you ended up in that position. You know, apologize, show that you actually mean to change, and then put that change into effect. The most important part of all that is to put that change into effect.
You think not mentioning it will make anything better? Whenever she starts her video with "we have tea," I'm just gonna assume she about to spout some nonsense. Yeah, it's especially funny because the way she started her Dokibird video, she was like, "Oh, we got some piping hot tea." Yeah, she really thought she was cooking with that one.
This is tea so piping hot, none of you guys have actually heard about it before because it has not been posted anywhere. This is about a big VTuber by the name of Dokibird.
I want to move on to the next point, but like these comments
Yeah, it
are
hadn't been posted anywhere because it was just not the story.
hilarious. We'll read a few more. Hello, you have time to dye your hair, but not the time to make an apology video? Help, I didn't even notice since I'm just strolling by to dislike and read comments. That is so upsettingly comedic. Have you apologized formally to person yet? Or are we just brushing it off because siding with scammers are fine, right? Apologize. Stop running away from your mistake. Now I wish you
Damn, it is brutal. Oop, wrong one.
didn't hide the dislike ratio. So, I did want to look for like some of the defense comments because on the video
Yeah, well, see, this is exactly what people were saying was gonna happen. When YouTube removed the dislike ratios, rather than actually stopping people from being negative, it basically just made all the frustration and anger be funneled into the comment section. The actual creators still see the dislikes on the video. Like, we still see it.
videos she's been posting after all this backlash, there's always been like a few defenders saying things like, "Cat already apologized," like referencing the non-apology she made to Alicia, but she's never apologized to Dokibird yet. And other people saying like, "Cat is only uploading these videos because they were pre-recorded and right now she's on vacation," which is interesting because other defenders were saying that she was actually moving, so I don't even know what's going on with that. Whatever the case may be with her potentially moving or being on vacation, it still came off very tone-deaf and or that she was trying to dodge accountability by posting these allegedly pre-recorded videos and not saying anything about what she did to Dokibird and all the criticism she got for that, while she did find time to make that tweet about Alicia. Now that said, many people also didn't find the tweet to be sufficient for a variety of reasons, but including that people wanted her to actually make a video on her channel where most of her viewers would see her taking accountability for what she did. Over on her Twitch channel, we can see that she was streaming 23 days ago and then returned 4 days ago. This meaning two things. It does seem like, yeah, she was on vacation or moving or whatever, but that she also returned 4 days ago, then also having another stream 2 days ago, and yet, as we went over already, uploads on her YouTube channel seem to have stopped. This is all to say that it looks like she really did hope.
I mean, you say that, but it's only 2 days ago. I mean, what? Let me see. As of the time, like this, because this video by itself is from like 2 weeks ago. Let's go and check it out. What's the name of the channel?
That the pre-recorded videos she released while she was away were going to be enough to make people forget about all the Dokibird stuff. And then she returned.
What was it? It was Cat in Chat, right? Damn, wow. The For You video is the frickin' Dokibird one. Nah, she's back at it. She's back at it. Though it seems like she gave up on this, like, weird, thumbnail, like, meta. And it's, but she's sticking with the red outline thing.
And saw that people are still bringing this up.
That's
And
probably
now
what he
she's
said.
just,
He probably
like,
mentioned something like that at the very
actually
beginning.
MIA.
I forgot.
It looks like she's really trying to dodge all of this Dokibird stuff. Like she's really hoping that everyone just forgets. And
They
then
will
she
eventually.
Saw that that's not working, as we saw already. Some of the top comments, I mean, all of the top comments really, the great majority of them at the very least, on her most recent video.
The majority of people will eventually forget or move on. Every once in a while, I think she's still gonna get sass for that, though.
Are calling her out for saying nothing about the Dokibird stuff. It's really just astonishing how bad she's handling all of this stuff. Dokibird even responded and gave the receipts showing where Cat essentially messed up. You think she would at the very least make a follow-up video being like, "Hey, Doki responded to me and I saw everything Doki said, and I realized I made some mistakes or something, right? She did have time to stream for hours upon hours since she returned, but there's just nothing about the Dokibird stuff. It almost feels like kind of like personal. It's so weird. Like I'm sure Dokibird doesn't even really care about this person. There's nothing personal from Dokibird here, but like Cat seems to have some kind of like weird one-sided personal vendetta against Dokibird. That's what it comes off like when she's just
It might just be the Logan Paul like technique where you just would never ever bring it up again.
just like refusing to take down the video, refusing to listen to any criticism, refusing to make an update video. Maybe at some point after I release this video, she will, and I'm not saying that's because of the video I'm making now. I don't think that will be why. It would simply be timing. Like, for all I know, right now she's recording some sort of update. That very well may be the case. But it could be just as likely, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the video came out like way earlier. Like, way too early, I should say.
Now, and then returns, and it's like never says anything at all about what she did to Doki. Hopping over to Mujin's video about Cat in chat and what she did. We've got a top response here from Alicia herself saying, "Thank you for the way you covered this video. Seeing the amount of detail you put in your coverage is fantastic. Thank you to everyone who has been so supportive as well. It's been a crazy past week. I look forward to seeing Doki being okay after this, her community, and also my community." And scrolling down a little bit, there's a very interesting comment here that says,
I gotta say, I like this one guy's
I look
statement.
forward to seeing Doki being
Panthro Herda 2664. Remember, kids, if side A says it's sunny outside and side B says it's raining, your job as a journalist is to look outside the window.
okay after this, her community, and also my community. And scrolling down a little bit, there's a very interesting comment here that says, "It's gotten even worse. Yesterday, I saw a Twitter post where someone had managed to grab the Cat Google Doc info, and she created it 2 months ago and spent a few days editing it in recent weeks. So she and the artist have been planning to do this for 2 whole months. So basically, since Manager 3 said they weren't going to carry on with this, the artist, being the one who came off looking like a scammer once Doki posted the receipts, responded to all the stuff with her own Google Doc. And so I was saying earlier, you know, it came off like she's got some weird vendetta against Doki. I mean, that just makes it look even more so like that might be the case. What the frick? 2 months? She really was like taking this artist's side and just like really trying to come out with this hit piece against Dokibird, apparently.
I mean, I think she thought it was like a Mama Max situation, where she or an iDub situation where they really thought they were cooking, you know.
Let's take a look at the 4 responses that comment got. They teamed up to take down Doki. Cat did this for clout, and because she's jealous of Vtuber. Oh my gosh, can you please tell me the user, or at least the keywords, so I can look this up on Twitter? YouTube seems to be getting rid of my replies, so I can't say. But then, this one getting through, I guess, and saying Vexter. The artist spent more time working on a call-out post than doing their job, my gosh. Well, what do you guys say? Let's take a look at this for ourselves, too. So, this seems to be the tweet from Vexter shouts out. Says, "Update. I just realized this. Cat Liente has been sitting on the Dokibird dock for more than 2 months. This is an even bigger sign that this was a deliberate attempt to smear her, and even more shows malicious intent. She had 2 months to prepare a plan, and somehow failed. Ironic." Yeah, and that was on May 23rd, so even since then, man, it's now the 30th.
That is insane.
It's been a week since this comment, and she still has not taken the video down, still hasn't said anything about it. Like, all this stuff,
I don't know if it necessarily proves malicious intent. You might just be really lazy. Really slow worker. Kind of like George R. R. Martin.
Worse, in my opinion. Makes Cat look more malicious and worse in
with
my
Game
opinion.
of Thrones?
Yeah, terrible look. Let's check out the screenshot too. So titled Dokibird Charity Auction PC Build. Going all the way back to the bottom first. March 8th. Celeste X Dokibird. Edited on March 8th. Then on March 8th again. Changed to Dokibird Charity Auction. Edited again on March 8th. Then all the way on May 7th. And then the video itself getting posted on May 13th. And the freaking description, she got time to edit this in there. There finally has been a resolution to the situation, and the buyer will be receiving a refund alongside an additional 1.
Will be receiving a refund. She already gave him. Wait, what? Hold on. First of all, there's not even a refund. The buyer's not getting a refund.
$100K for the troubles, presumably referring to the auction winner. The artist still has not been compensated for their involvement in this project. Yeah, the
Oh, how? That is so incredibly misleading.
one who looks like a scammer. Update 2. Doki has put out a statement of her side. Feel free to read it here to come to your own conclusion. How about you make an update video or something more than just like putting this there? Like, what the frick, man?
Not only that, but it paints it all in such a disingenuous light.
And then we got this, according to Job Rec.
Alright, now it definitely feels personal. Honestly, there are too many dots.
.net, as of recording right now, her video on Dokibird sitting at an 84% dislike ratio, 3,300 likes versus 17,800 dislikes. Yeah, everything, like all the context around this whole Dokibird situation that Cat started, it just looks so bad that I don't even think there could be a sincere apology. It's just gonna look like damage control. I mean, it just comes off so malicious, like she did this all with intent. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I suppose I'll leave it there for now. Do you think Kat has gone into hiding? Do you think she'll address this stuff eventually? And if you do you think she'll be authentic? Let me know what you think about all that stuff and other stuff I didn't bring up, I suppose, as well.
It seems like she's back to uploading, so I think her plan was just to ignore it for as long as possible and hope that people just sort of move on.
Consider liking or subscribing if you enjoyed my coverage. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
No, honestly, that is absurd.
Do you guys remember this?
It's absurd that you could just go on this insane,
person,
like,
this
hit piece,
cat and chat
make stuff up, misrepresent entire situation, and then people... And then just, like, disappear. Just like, screw it. Maybe I got it wrong, maybe I didn't use yeah. Like, such freaking BS, dude. I'm so glad that so many people covered it, though, so that people, like, the majority of people know that it was all nonsense. Ayoo, Monodachis! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Saru!